This conference will now be recorded.
So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the email services. We'll see how can we use these email services and how to configure email services in Salesforce, and how can we receive the email notifications which has been sent by the third-party system, and based on the email content, based on the email details, how can we perform some DML operations inside your Salesforce instance. Okay, we'll see practically today. Okay. So now we are in this case. Let's see at what situations you can go with that email services. Okay, what kind of situations will enforce you to go with that email services? Now let's see. For example, come here general scenario. Assume that I have my organization. I have my organization, which is the Salesforce instance. I have my Salesforce organization. Okay. I have my Salesforce organization. In this organization, I have implemented one application which is used to process some orders. Okay, which is used to process some. Like we are providing some products to the customers. So the customers are going to be raising the orders by using different ways, by using different channels. Like few people are using our company website also to raise the orders. Few people are using our mobile app also, okay, from the App Store or from the Play Store, through which they are raising the orders also. Few people are going to be raising the orders by making a call to our organization customer care people. So we are receiving so many orders also. Okay, we are receiving so many orders, okay, which have been raised by the customers who wants to buy my products. They are raising the orders. So now in this case, inside the organization, we have implemented one application. Okay, we have implemented one application. Okay, OFS, like as order fulfillment system. Order fulfillment system means what? So in this case, whatever the order has been raised by the customer, now that order I would like to process. Okay, I would like to process that order. So now whatever the order the customer has raised, suppose for example, the customer has raised an order to buy a laptop. In this case, this product we need to deliver, okay, to the customer's place. So whenever the customer has raised an order, where this order should go, order will be going to my organization first. And from there, I need to forward this order to that warehouse. Okay, I need to forward my order to that warehouse. Because in my warehouse, we are having some manufacturing people are available who are going to be preparing these items, and they are going to be shipping these items to the customer's place based on the customer's shipping address. So in this case, once the order has been getting raised by the customer, then I would like to process that order here, and then that order I would like to forward to my warehouse. So that the warehouse people are going to be preparing the order, they will pack the items perfectly, and they are going to be shipping those items to the customer's place. So now in that order itself, they are going to be handling completely shipping charges also. This is the actual product cost, and these are the shipping charges. Everything the customer has paid through online itself. Once the customer has paid the complete amount, then only the order will be getting generated. Okay, then only the order will be getting generated. That order is called as a sales order. Okay, that order is called as sales order. So once the sales order has been getting received by the application, now the application is going to be processing that order. In that order, what kind of elements, what kind of products the customer has placed, what kind of products the customer wants to buy. So in this case here, they are going to purchasing laptops or desktops or mobiles or what products they would like to buy. In that order, it may be having one product also. In that order, it may be having multiple products also. Sometimes the customer wants to buy because one laptop and one mobile. Sometimes customer wants to buy a mobile and let us regulate to buy the power bank also. Sometimes the customer wants to buy some wardrobes also because they are offering so many types of products like as Amazon, Flipkart, whatever. They are offering the various types of items, electronic items also. They are going to be offering some cosmetics items also. They are offering some grocery items also. They are offering some wardrobes also. And the mobile products also. So many types of products they are offering to the customers. In this case, depends upon the particular product the customer has selected, we are going to be sending the target to the respective warehouse. Because as an organization, we are not offering all the products. Some products we are collecting from our vendors also. Because some products we are collecting from our vendors also. So that we are able to verify, do we have any specific vendor is available right now or not? If the vendor's place that particular product is available or not. Based on that, we need to process all the information and finally we need to convert the sales order into a production order. We need to convert the sales order into a production order. The production order we are going to passing to my warehouse people. The warehouse people are going to be preparing the items, they are going to packing the items, and they are going to be delivering the items to the customer's place. So now in this case here, what we need to do is, as part of my order processing system, for each and every product, we are going to be allocating a unique identification code. Okay, we are going to be allocating a unique identification code that is called as service tag. Okay, service tag. Like for example, we can go to any shopping mall also. Okay, we can go to any shopping mall also, and even going between the single product also, small product also will be having a barcode. Okay, that barcode is having the service tag internally. That means a unique identification number is available. Behind that barcode, it will be having the complete information from which manufacturer they have collected the item here, and what date they have collected the information. What is the batch number? What is the unit price of the item? Okay, what is the expiry date of the item? Everything will be available behind the barcode. So in this case, when you go to the each and every product in any shopping mall, any supermarket, or it maybe go to the vegetables also, they are going to be adding some barcodes. Okay, that is nothing but a service tag. That is called as a service tag, which is used to identify each and every product uniquely. Okay, which is used to identify each and every product uniquely. So now here in this case, okay, now here in this case, when you go to the supermarket, the people are going to be collecting each and every item. They are going to placing in front of the barcode scanner. It is going to reading the barcode. It is adding the item into that particular bill format. But when you go to some other organizations, okay, they will be using the RFID. Okay, they're using a new technology called as RFID, radio frequency identification. By using this radio frequency identification now, suppose for example, I'm collecting some collection of items from the supermarket. We have collected some set of items, like some wardrobes also, some grocery items also, vegetables also. All these items I have placed inside a very big trolley or inside a very big basket. If I'm placing the complete the basket in front of the machine, it will be tracking everything inside the basket. The salesperson no need to take each and every item and they need to scan that particular barcode, everything. So now when you are placing the complete basket in front of the machine, it will be scanning everything available inside the basket. Each and every item will be reading automatically to preparing the bill for you. So now this kind of RFID technology is available already in US also. Okay. So because here nowadays the people are using the car parkings. Okay, car parkings. Now there will be huge spaces available for the car parking. But whenever here they are going for a shopping mall, there is a very big spaces available to park your car. And then based on the availability of that place, we are going to park in the car. After doing the shopping, when you come outside, but we don't know where is my car. In that very big space, how can we search? For that one, the people are using RFID technology, which is going to be indicating clearly. So this is the so parking number in that one your car is on. Through the RFID directly, we can able to identify where exactly the complete the product is available. In future, we'll be getting this RFID in India as well. But right now, we don't have this RFID in India. Okay, if the RFID technology is also available in India, then we no need to stay in the queue for a long time in the supermarkets. Just whenever I'm placing the complete trolley inside the machine, automatically it will be scanning all the products, whatever it will be available. It will be preparing a single bill within very short span of time. Okay, so in this case, but we don't have any this kind of RFID. So now in this case here, we are going to be allocating a service tag for each and every product right now. So now this is the service tag, okay, which we are going to be allocating for each and every product. Now the service tag is a unique identification number which we are using to identify each and every product. Now, so now the service tag is a unique identification number which we are allocating to each and every product to identify each and every product. Like for example, whenever you are purchasing a laptop also, behind the laptop you'll be having a service tag is available. Okay. And then whenever we are going to purchase any mobile also, it will be having the unique identification number will be available for every mobile also. When you purchase the SIM card also, it is having a unique identification number for that SIM card. They will track that this SIM card has been allocated to which customer. Everything they will track. Mobile number is different, SIM card number is different. Okay, but the mobile will be having IMEI number is available, which is a unique identification code. So like that here for every product we are basically allocating a unique identification number. That number is called as a service tag. So for example, come to a situation. Now in my organization, to generate this service tag, I'm having a separate tool. Okay, we have a separate tool. The third-party application is available, which we are using since very long time. Okay, which we are using since very long time. So now there is a tool is available that is called as service tag generator. Okay. For example, we have a tool called as service tag generator tool. So this is the tool service tag generator. So we are having a tool called as service tag generator. Now this tool is going to be used to generate the service tags, nothing but unique identification codes. Okay, this is used to generate the unique identification code or the barcode through which can be allocated to your product to identify each and every product uniquely. Now, as of now, what we did is, now we are using the service tag generator tool since almost 20 to 30 years in our organization. For example, it's a very, very older tool. It's a very legacy tool. It's purely an outdated technology right now. So now 30 years back or 40 years back, we have implemented this application in order to generate the service tag for each and every product. The product is working very fine. It's a very stable application, no issues inside the application. So we are continuing to use that application still today. Also in future, also would like to continue to use. So now, in order to store all our products information, we are using a Salesforce implementation. Recently, we have implemented. So now in this Salesforce organization, we are storing all our products information, orders information, and everything. So now in this case, whenever the product has been selected by the particular customer to buy the product, so now after the product has been getting selected, now we need to allocate that a separate unique identification number for each and every product. For that one here, as of now, what we did is, we are going to the service tag generator tool. We are generating the service tag, and then we are going to be attaching the service tag to my product manually. We are doing the manual process as of now. Okay, we are doing the manual process as of now. Okay, whenever we are going to be delivering the product to the customer, first of all, we are using the service tag generator tool. We are generating the service tag. The service tag we are going to be collecting, we are adding onto my product. That means this is the unique identification number to identify this particular product. We did the manual process as of now. But now my client asked me to make this process automated. To make this process automated. I want to integrate this one. I don't want to collect the service tag value from the service tag generated tool manually. I don't want to attach to my product manually. I want to make this process automated. As soon as whenever a service tag has been getting generated, I want to collect the service tag. I want to attach to my product. I want to make this integration process. So then in this case, how can we do the integration? So generally, whenever we want to integrate the Salesforce application with the third-party systems, then what we can do, we are using either REST API or SOAP API, or we are using Salesforce to Salesforce integration also. But this is a Salesforce, but this is not a Salesforce application. It has been purely built by using like some COBOL also, Pascal also, Fortran also, whatever, anything, very legacy system, very old system. By using outdated technology, we have implemented the service tag generator tool. But it's a very stable application. It's a very stable application. There is no issues inside that. So we haven't faced any problem as of now with that tool. It is working very fine. So I would like to continue with this application still also in future also. So I don't want to change this application because it is having very complex functionality. These kind of service tag generators are using the Salesforce also. Because I already told you, whenever we are creating a record inside your object, Salesforce is allocating a record ID. Okay, Salesforce is allocating a record ID, which is a 18 characters alphanumerical number, which is purely a case sensitive ID. Once a record ID has been getting generated by Salesforce, now tell me, will the similar kind of ID with the same ID will be repeating by Salesforce in future? No. That already told you that once the record ID has been generated by Salesforce, the same ID will not be repeating by the Salesforce in the entire lifetime. Okay. In the entire future lifetime also, Salesforce will not repeat the same ID again. That's how they have implemented that record ID functionality by using some algorithms. Because at that time they are using this kind of service tag generators. So once the service tag has been getting generated, the same service tag will not be repeating by the tool again in the entire lifetime. So it is having very complex functionality inside that. For that one here, we don't want to develop the same application by using latest programming. So that's what we would like to continue with the same application still also in future also. So for that one, I don't want to change this functionality. I would like to continue as it is. But what I want to do is I want to integrate my Salesforce application with the service tag generator tool. But when coming to the Salesforce, it will be supporting that Salesforce to Salesforce integration, but it won't work out for me in this case because this is purely Salesforce application, that is a third-party application which has been built by using very legacy program. So Salesforce to Salesforce functionality will not be worked out for me in this case. Second one, REST API we can use and the SOAP API we can use. But this is a very legacy application which doesn't support even REST API, SOAP API also. Because during that time we don't have REST API concept, SOAP API concept. Then what we can do? How can we integrate? That means we need to integrate the Salesforce with an application which doesn't support even REST API and SOAP API. If it is supporting REST API, then we can use the REST API concept, we can integrate. If it is supporting SOAP API, we can able to use that. But it's not supporting both also. Then what is the solution in this case? In this case, at that time, what needs to be done is we have to dig into the concept. We have to analyze the target system capability. Okay, we have to look into the target system capability. That means what this functionality is available inside this service tag generator. Okay, what the service tag generator will do basically. So what is the functionality? What is the capability of the system? We have to look into that first. Directly we can't decide. Okay, directly we can't decide because email programming or whatever, we can't decide that. Because we have to look into that service tag generator tool first. What is the capability of that tool? What kind of features are available? We have to go to the development team of the service tag generator. We have to sit with them. We have to go through the functionality. We have to identify some feature. We have to identify some area or a channel through which we can able to communicate with Salesforce. So that we need to identify that feature which will be suitable to have the integration with our Salesforce instance. So in this case, if there is any documentation is available for the service tag generator tool, we can use the documentation, we can go through that one, then we can able to identify a channel, we can identify a way through which we can integrate the service tag generator with our Salesforce. Okay, so at that time we have to do some R&D on the service tag generator tool also. So we have to get some access on the tool, go through the functionalities, let's identify a mechanism, a way in order to integrate. So in this case here, whenever we are going to be integrating this kind of third-party tools with our Salesforce instance, which it doesn't support even the REST API or SOAP API, at that time here, these tools may be definitely having some email features. Okay, these tools may be having definitely some emailing features. Because emailing features are not new, these are available since very long time. So in this case here, suppose for example here, okay, so suppose for example, so now assume that I have this requirement to integrate the service tag generator tool with my Salesforce instance. So in this case, when you go to the service tag generator, this tool is not supporting even REST API, it is not supporting even SOAP API also, because the third-party application, which is a very legacy application. So at that time, we need to identify the capability of the third-party system first. We have to go through the documentation of this tool. We have to look into the functionalities of this tool. Based on that, we have to identify a channel or a way in order to integrate from Salesforce. So in this case, when you're digging into this particular tool functionality, they have identified that whenever we are generating a service channel, automatically it is generating one email notification also. So now whenever I'm going to be generating a service tag, okay, upon generating a service tag, now this tool is going to be preparing one email notification. It is generating one email notification. It is sending one email notification also over there. Now this email feature I would like to use as the base for my integration points. I would like to use that emailing feature as an integration point with my Salesforce. Okay. Now, so whenever I'm generating a service tag, okay, upon generating a service tag, whatever the service tag has been generated with this tool, now this service tag it will be including inside one email notification. This email notification is sending to one email ID also. Okay, it is sending this email notification to that one email ID also. Now I would like to use this email feature as an integration point with my Salesforce instance. Okay, so whenever we are going to be integrating that Salesforce with any third-party systems which doesn't support even REST API and SOAP API, then at that time we can use this email features also to integrate that Salesforce with third-party systems as well. Okay, now in this case, as soon as whenever the service tag has been getting generated, immediately it is preparing one email notification. In the email notification, it is writing the service tag value, and that service tag notification, email notification will be sending to that one email ID. For example, it is sending this email notification to a specific email ID. Now, it is sending this email notification to a specific email ID. Like for example, it is sending to that service tags @somedale.com, for example. So this is the email ID to which it is going to be sending that email notification over here. So this is the email ID that we have. To this email ID, it is sending one email notification. The tool is going to be generating one email notification. That email notification is sending to that email ID. Now what I want to do, now I would like to use this email, okay, email feature as an integration point with the Salesforce instance. Now, so now in this case, whenever it is going to be generating an email notification, in the email content, we are adding the service tag. So what I want to do as part of my Salesforce instance, I would like to receive the email notification. In the email notification, in the email content, whatever the service tag is available, I would like to pick up that service tag. I want to attach with the order record or with my product record. So I would like to attach. So in this case, how can we collect this email notification? Now tell me, do we have any facility in Salesforce to receive the email notification from the third-party systems over here? Do we have any facility in Salesforce to receive the email notifications? Inbound email where? And having workflow rules. Do we have any facility to receive the email notifications? No. Workflows are purely supporting outbound email notification. We can send the notification to the third-party people. We are having process builder also. What the process builder will do? Outbound or inbound? Outbound. Okay, process builder also uses to send the outbound notification to the external email. Any other way for the email notifications? In development, do we have any way to send the email notification through programming? In programming, in development part, do we have any way to send the notifications? What is this one? Email programming. Okay. Now, in the email programming, what we can do? So now, as part of that configuration, we are having the facility to send the notifications only always. That means only outbound. Through workflows also outbound, through process builder also outbound. Okay, but we don't have any facility to receive the email notification through configuration features. But Salesforce has given a development feature to you as part of Apex programming that is called as email programming. That is called as email programming. Through email programming, we are having two facilities inside. One is outbound, second one is inbound. Both are available. Okay, as part of email programming, we are having outbound email services, inbound email services, both are available. That means we can send the email notification to the external email IDs with the required subject, with the content, CC address, PCC address, reply information, sender people's information, attachments, text attachments, binary attachments, everything we can do. The facility is available as part of email programming. So through email programming, we can send the email notification to the external people with the help of outbound email services. And along with that, to receive the email notification, do we have any facilities? To receive the email notifications in email programming, do we have any feature? Can we receive the email notification through programming or not? It is. Yes, that what is the feature? Inbound. Okay, inbound feature. By using the inbound email services, we can able to receive the email notifications also. Outbound email services are for to send the notification to the outside. Inbound email services are used to receive the email notification. Now tell me, how can we do this one? What are the classes are available? In which namespace we have these classes? Messaging namespace, okay, right. Now, in messaging namespace, what we have? Through this email services, we can able to go with that. Outbound email services also. Second one, inbound email services. How can we do the outbound email services? How can we do the inbound email services? Okay. To send the email notification, we are using outbound. So now what is the namespace here? Messaging the single email message class. Second one, messaging the mass email message class. Messaging that mass email message class. These are the two classes are available which as part of outbound email services. For the inbound. Long ago we have discussed. Email programming. I have given the notes also, given that the soft copy also, hard copy also, videos also, no use. Inbound. The people got the time to look into the notes of this. Okay. So now we have an interface called as inbound email handler interface. Okay. So we have an interface called as inbound email handler. So Salesforce has given few classes and few interfaces as part of messaging namespace. Messaging namespace will be having some set of ready-made classes and interfaces which are used to communicate with the customers. So messaging namespace is especially designed with the various classes and the interfaces which we can use to communicate with the people through messages. Messages in the form of or like as email notifications. Through emails, we can send some notifications to the people. We can receive some notifications from the people also with the help of messaging namespace. So upon sending the email notification to the people, we are using the two classes given by Salesforce, messaging that single email message class. Right. Along with that, we can able to use mass email message class. These are the two classes have been given by Salesforce as part of outbound email services. Next. In order to receive the email notification, Salesforce has given one interface called as messaging the inbound email handler interface. Okay. Now, inbound email handler is a standard interface which has been given by Salesforce, which will be receiving the email notification. What this interface will do basically, this interface will be having some set of ready-made methods are available. Now, by using this ready-made method, we can collect the email notification which has been sent by the third-party people or the external person. We can collect the email notification, and whatever the email notification we have received, the entire email notification we can divide to the various small parts. Okay, because in the email what it contains, it is having the from address, we can make it separate. To address, we can make it separate. CC addresses, we can make it separate. BCS addresses, we can make it separate. We are having subject, we can make it separate. And we can able to content, we can make it separate. And the attachments, in that text attachment separate, binary attachment separate. That means here whatever the email we have received from the external person's email ID, that entire email notification we can split it to the various small parts also. Every part of the email we can able to fetch. Like when you take a mobile, in that mobile we are having so many parts are available internally. Like the similar way, when you receive the email notification, in the email you will be having so many parts are available. Like email subject is there, email content is there, from address is available, to address is available, CC addresses are available. We are having attachments are also there. In the text attachments are there, binary attachments are there. Each and every part we can able to make it segregate here with the help of inbound email and the interface. In this inbound email handler interface, we are going to be having the ready-made methods are available through that we can able to process it. Okay, now in this case, by using this inbound email handler interface, what we can do basically, now let's see in this case. By using this inbound email handler interface, we can able to receive the email notification and we can able to process it. But in this case, what it will be happening, the inbound email handler will be receiving the email notification and then will be processing the email notification one by one. That means we can split the content to the various small parts. We can able to perform the operations inside your Salesforce instance. Then who will be receiving the email notification from the external email? Who will be receiving the email notification? When coming to my inbound email handler interface, this inbound email handler interface will take one email notification. It will be split into the various small parts and we can do the required operations. Then who will supply the email notification to this particular inbound email handler? For that reason, we are going to be creating an email service. Okay, we are creating an email service inside your Salesforce instance. In my Salesforce instance, I'm creating one email service. I'm creating one email service. Email service is a ready-made feature which has been given by Salesforce. It's like as a listener, keep on always it is waiting. Keep on it is always waiting to receive the email notification from the external email IDs. Whenever anybody has sent that email notification to the Salesforce instance, now the email service will be receiving the email notification. So this is like as a listener. Okay, this is like as a listener which is always waiting to receive some email notification from the external systems. Okay, now in this case, Salesforce is not only having the capability to send the email notification to the outside people, Salesforce is having the capability to receive the email notification also with the help of email service. So whatever the email notification that I received, that email notification I want to pass to my email service. Okay, I want to pass this email notification to my email service in this case. I want to pass this email notification to my email service. It's like as a listener always. It's like as a listener which is always waiting to receive the email notification. Keep on it is waiting for that receiving the email notification from the external system. So now, as soon as whenever the email notification has been received, then this main job is, okay, this main job is, it's like as a lift. It's like as a lift. Simply it will be collecting that, it is placing the destination location. That's it. So now in this case, the email service will be simply receiving the email notification. It is going to passing. So now in this case, what happened? Here we have to use this inbound email handler interface. By using this interface, we have to write some certain business logic. Through that business logic, you can collect the email notification from that email service. You have to start processing that. Okay, now. So in this case, you can able to collect that email notification which has been received by the email service. Now this email notification I want to pass to my business logic implementation. I'm having a business logic class. I'm having a business logic class. I'm having a business logic class which has been implemented by using the inbound email handler. Which has been implemented by using that inbound email handler. I'm preparing the business logic class. In this business logic class, I have used the help of this inbound email handler interface, which is going to be collecting the email notification. As soon as whenever the email service is receiving the email notification from the service tag generated tool, immediately it has to pass this email notification to the business logic class. Now the business logic class is going to be having the respective business logic inside that. It is going to be performing the respective DML operations inside this. Now we can able to write what are the DML statements that you want. What are the DML operations you want, we can able to perform the DML operations also. We can write the code inside your business logic to perform the DML operation. We can write some piece of code. By using this business logic class, we can able to write some piece of code which is going to performing some DML operations on your objects. Whatever the objects that we have, on that object we can able to perform the DML operation. It may be product object also, it may be the account object also, contact object also, anything here. We can able to have your Salesforce object. I'm having a Salesforce object. In this Salesforce object, I would like to perform some DML operations with the help of this piece of code. So now here I'm going to perform this operation. Okay, I'm performing this operation inside. Okay. So in this case, what needs to be done? So we are going to be creating, okay, we are going to be having the service tag generator tool. Whenever a new service tag has been generated, immediately it is going to sending an email notification to that particular email ID. So I am going to sending this email notification copy to my email service also. Now my email service is going to be receiving the email notification sent from that external system, that is service tag generator. Now my email service simply receiving the email notification. It will pass this email notification to my business logic class. Business logic class will receive the email notification. It will split the content to the various small pieces. Based on that content, it is performing the DML operations inside the Salesforce object also. Okay, this is how we are going to be implementing that email services integrations. Mandatorily, we have to use a business logic class. We have to prepare the email services, because email service is like as a listener which always keep on waiting at the entry gate of a Salesforce instance to receive the email notification from the third-party systems. Whenever it is receiving the email notification, it is passing to the business logic class. Business logic class will take care of the operations internally. Okay, clear? So in this case, we have to configure the email service and we have to implement your own custom business logic class. So then how to implement this business logic we'll see first. Why? Because is upon creating the email service, it will ask you to specify the business logic class first. So we have to implement the business logic class first, then we have to implement the email service. Okay, clear? Now, in this case, whenever the third-party system is not supporting even any of the API lectures, either REST or SOAP, at that time we can use the help of email services. Through these email services, we can able to have the integration of our third-party system with any Salesforce instance also. Okay, that facility will be available to you. Okay, clear? Understood this concept here? Then how to implement this functionality? Now let's see. So in this case, you can raise a question, sir, we don't have any service tag generated tool, then how to send the notification? We can take any other application also, like a Gmail application also, whatever we can say. We can take any Gmail application to send the notification. Upon sending the email notification, it has to receive that email notification. It has to pass to the business logic class, perform some operations inside the object. Then how to implement, we'll see practically. Okay. So before going into that practical part, first of all, we have to analyze that what kind of operations we can do with the help of this inbound email handler. What are the various methods are available inside this? What properties are available? How to use them? We'll see practically first, then we'll go to the practical part. Okay. Now, so now let's see the interface messaging dot inbound email handler. Messaging dot inbound email handler interface. So what this interface will do basically? Now tell me, interface contains what? Interface contains a collection of ready-made methods. Okay, interface contains a collection of ready-made methods. like batchable interface, schedulable interface, queuable interface, and then we are having inbound email handler interface. So many interfaces we have discussed as a. Okay. Then what this interface contains, every interface contains some set of ready-made methods inbuilt inside this, which we can able to use by writing our own business logic. Okay, by writing our own business logic. Okay, now. So now here in this case, now we are having an interface called as inbound email handler as part of this messaging namespace, which is used to receive the email notification from the third party. In order to receive the email notification from the external email IDs, we are using the help of inbound email handler interface, which has been given by Salesforce as part of email programming inside that messaging namespace. Then what are the various methods are available inside this inbound email handler interface? Inbound email handler interface is having one method is available. It is having one method inside this that is called as handle inbound email. Okay, that is called as handle inbound email. Handle inbound email is a method which is available inside this inbound email handler interface. Okay, now. So in this case, now let's make a note of this one here. Inbound email handler interface. It's purely the coding part. Okay, it's purely coding part. Okay. So now inbound email handler interface. This interface is used to receive the email notifications from the external email IDs. This interface is used to receive the email notifications from external email IDs. Based on the email content, we can perform the required operations inside the Salesforce instance. Inside the Salesforce instance. Now, methods. So what are the methods are available as part of this inbound email handler interface? Now this interface is having one method, okay, that is handle inbound email. Now, don't write this method name directly. Okay, I'm going to be adding the return type also inside this. So now handle inbound email. So what this method will do, this method is going to be taking the email notification from the inbound email handler interface. It will be start processing them. It will be a start processing them. The actual business logic we are going to be writing inside this handle inbound email method. In this method, what you are going to do with the email notification? Whatever the email notification that you have received from the external email ID, what you want to do with that email notification, that entire business logic we have to write inside this handle inbound email method. Okay, now. So for this one, in order to receive the email notification, to store the email notification, now as part of this method, it will be holding the two parameters in the method. It is having two parameters. First one is messaging dot inbound email. Inbound email. You can specify the reference name. Second one is messaging dot inbound envelope. Okay, envelope. The first parameter is messaging dot inbound email. Second one is messaging dot inbound envelope. Here we can give that reference. So these are the two parameters are available as part of this method. And finally, it is going to be returning the result in the form of messaging dot inbound email result. Okay? It is returning the result in the form of messaging dot inbound email result. Okay, that's what I told you. Don't write this. We can specify the access specified and then specify the return type as messaging dot inbound email result. We'll digging into the concept now. This inbound email result is a separate class. Inbound email is a separate class. Inbound envelope is a separate class. We'll see each and every class now one by one. Now, the first one here. Let's see the first class, messaging dot inbound envelope. So what this class contains basically over here. Now let's see first. Now, for example, come to a general scenario. Assume that today I want to post a letter to a specific person. Okay, I would like to post a letter to a specific person. It may be offer letter also, it may be some normal letter also, whatever, some information I want to post. Generally, what we can do, I'm ready with that letter, nothing but I'm having that letter, okay, which I would like to post to the person. Then what we can? Directly I can post the paper? No. We are placing the paper inside a envelope. Then on that envelope, what we are going to write? From address to address. Okay, that means what? Now that envelope is going to be indicating to which person the particular letter has to be get delivered. Who has sent that, to whom it has to be get delivered. Both will be available. From address to address will be available. So in this case, whatever the email notification that we have received, okay, whatever the email notification we have received, so now to know the email information, who has sent that, okay, to whom they have sent. In order to know that from address and the to address, we are using a class called as inbound envelope class. Inbound envelope is a standard class which will be holding only from address to address. Okay, two information is available here. From address is available, that means from which email ID we have received this notification, to whom they have sent this email notification. Both information is available inside the inbound envelope class. Inbound envelope class will be holding the from address and the to address of your email notification. Who has sent the email notification, to whom they have sent this email notification. From address to address both will be available. Okay. So in order to receive the from address and the to address of that email notification, we are using the help of a class called as inbound envelope class, which has been given by Salesforce as part of messaging namespace. Okay. Now, then how can we get the from address? How can we get the to address? In this case, we are having two properties are available. We'll see these properties also. Okay. Now, make a note of this one. This class contains the from address and to address of the email notification. Okay. In order to know who has sent that email notification, to whom they have sent that email notification, to know the from address and the to address of that email notification, we are using that class called as inbound envelope class. Okay. Now, the properties. First one is from address, which will returns the from address, that means email address, email ID of the sender. It returns the from address of the sender. That means here from address, nothing but here who has sent the email notification, that person's email ID will be returning by this from address property. Second one, to address. This property is going to be returning the to address, nothing but to which person they have sent this email notification. It returns the to address email ID of the recipient. Okay. So it returns the to address of the recipient, nothing but here to which person you have sent that. Sender address will be available in the from address, recipient address will be available in the to address. Now, In order to get that, the from address of that person and the to address of the people, we are using the class that is called as inbound knowledge. Next one. Messaging dot inbound email. Messaging dot inbound email class. So what this class contains basically, this class will be holding the actual email information. Whatever the actual email you have received, the complete email information will be available inside the inbound email class. And then that email, the sender address and the to address will be storing inside that inbound email class. Okay, in order to know from where the email notification has been sent to whom it has to be get delivered. So for that reason, it is using the inbound Enola class, and the actual email content will be available inside your inbound email class. So now this inbound email class will be holding the actual email along with the subject, content, attachments, to address, CC addresses, everything will be available inside this inbound email. The actual content is available inside this inbound email class. Okay. Now, then what are the various properties are available as part of this inbound email class? Now let's see one by one. Okay. So this class contains the actual email information which has been received from the sender. For example, email content, subject, from address, to address, from name, CC addresses, attachments, etc. The whole information will be available inside this inbound email class. Inbound email is a standard class which will be holding all these properties inbuilt to get that email information. What subject is available, what content is available, what type of content it is it a plain text type of content, or HTML type of content, what attachments are available, everything we can able to fetch. For every integration use case, it will take 2 days. Okay, one session will be for the actual business use case explanation and the background process. What classes are available, what methods are available, everything. And the next day, practical implementation. It will take the 2 sessions complete, every integration process. Okay. Because we have to know the background process first. Then only in the entry point of view we can express each and every point clearly to the people. Okay. Even though if they ask any question, also should be able to answer. Now, so now here in this case, as part of this inbound email class, we are having so many properties are available. So what are the properties? The first property is from address. So what is this from address property? What it will return to you? From address means what? Email ID. Email ID of the sender. It returns the email ID of the sender person. It returns the email ID of the sender person. It returns the email ID of the sender person. Second one, from name. So what do you mean by this from name in this case? Name of the sender person. Okay? Name of the sender person. For example, when you go to your Gmail account, any of that account over here, whatever be. For example, I'm having my email email application. So this is my actual email ID here. Okay, here is my actual email ID. When you go to this Gmail application, we can see. When you go to that, your email notification name, here it will be indicating this is the actual email ID of this particular the person. Nothing but this particular email notification will be belongs to a particular email ID called as it is an email ID over here. Here is my email ID. Suppose if I am sending my email notification to you, then the sender, nothing but the from address will be holding this email address like this here, firozdat.crm@gmail.com. It will be holding my email address. But I don't want that email address, I want my name. At that time, we can get the from name. It is indicating that. It is indicating that the first name and the last name which I have used upon creating the email account. So in this case, it will be sending the, this is called as a from name and this is called as a from address over here. Okay. So now we can able to get this from name by using this from name property. We can get this sender's email address. That means my person's email address we can able to get by using from address. These are the two properties are available here. Okay, from name. It returns the name of the sender person. Okay, it returns the name of the sender person. Generally, upon sending the email notification, also we can able to include this the sender name. How to include? What is that method? Upon sending the email notification, also we can able to give the sender name. There is a method is available. Set sender display name. Right. Inside the single email message class, we are having a method called as set sender display name. In that one, we can specify the name of the person which you would like to represent inside target people. Okay. Next. Next one. Two addresses is a property which is going to be returning the two addresses. Nothing but because upon sending the email notification in the two address fields, not only one email ID, we can add multiple addresses also. In this case, to get that multiple email addresses which they have mentioned in the two address field, we are going to be using a property called as two addresses. Okay. Now, it returns the list of email addresses to whom the email has been sent. Two addresses. It returns the list of email addresses to whom the email has been sent. Next one. CC addresses. You know, upon sending the email notification, he might have added some CC email addresses also. Okay. It returns the list of carbon copy email addresses inside the email. Next, the next property is email subject. Next property is email subject. That means what will be the subject of the email here? It returns the email subject. It returns the email subject. What are the email subject they have specified inside that email? So we can receive that email subject by using this email subject property. And then we can receive the email content. Now email content will be in the form of what? It may be plain text, it may be HTML body also. At that time, we are having two methods are available. First one is plain text body property, which will be returning the email content. If the email content is purely a plain text kind of information, we can receive the email notification content by using the plain text body method. Whatever the email content we have sent, in that email content, if you don't have any formatting options, like changing the colors, applying the bold, and changing the font, style, size, images, pictures, hyperlinks, if you don't have all these things purely plain text format, then we can use a property called as plain text body. It returns the plain text body of the email content. Seventh one, HTML body. It returns the HTML format of email content. So whatever the email content we have prepared, if this email content is having any HTML format, like as hyperlinks, colors, formatting options, bold, styles, italics, all these things, this will be in the form of HTML format. Okay. Next one. After that, email contains what? What else? Attachments. In this one, you will be having two types of attachments. Text attachments, binary attachments. So now in this case, if you want to get the text attachments, we have to use a property called as text attachments. Okay. Text attachments. It returns a collection of text attachments available with the email. Not only one, multiple. How it is returning over here, now let me explain. It will be returning the list of attachments. List of messaging dot inbound email dot text attachments. You can specify the object name dot text attachments. Okay. So all these attachments are going to be returning in the form of a list collection, list of messaging dot inbound email dot text attachment. This text attachment will be holding only one attachment. To store the multiple, we are going to be using the list collection. Next one. What is the next type of attachment? Binary attachment. Binary attachment. In order to get the binary attachment, the list of binary attachments which we have added to my email, like as PDF files, images, pictures, documents, Word documents, and then like as some zip files, along with the audio files, video files. These are all comes under the binary attachments. We can collect this all these binary attachments also. It returns a collection of binary attachments available with the email. For example, Word documents, PDF files, images, pictures, audio or video files, and then zip documents, zip files, etc. These are the various properties are available as part of this text attachment, binary attachments. They are part of my class inbound email. For example, we can use list of messaging dot inbound email dot binary attachment. We can specify the object name dot binary attachment. Done. Next, the next class, messaging dot inbound email result. Messaging dot inbound email result. What this class contains, this class will be holding the result of your email process. Whatever the email notification that was sent, then at that time, email service will be receiving the email notification. It is passing the email notification to a business logic class. The business logic class is going to processing that. Then what is the status of that email processing? That information will be available inside that inbound email result class. Okay. This inbound email result class will be holding the processing of your email notification, which are sent to that Salesforce instance. Okay. This class contains the status of the email processing sent by the sender. In this case, it is having a property. It is having only one property, that is called as success. So, which is a Boolean property. We have to specify the Boolean value. Okay. So, which is a Boolean parameter, we have to supply either true or false. In this case, if I am passing the value true, that means email processing successful. False means email processing has been failed. Email processing has been failed. So these are the various of properties are available inside your classes. Okay, clear? Now in this case, then how can we use this inbound email handler interface? Now let's see. Whenever we are going to preparing your own business logic class, upon preparing the business logic class, first of all, we have to prepare a global class. That global class has to be implemented by the interface called as so messaging dot inbound email handler interface. Okay. Now upon implementing this class, now as a step one, what needs to be done? We have to prepare a global class. We have to prepare a global class which should be implemented by the interface messaging dot inbound email handler. So what is the syntax in this case? You know how to prepare this. Global class name implements messaging dot inbound email handler. Okay, user class. We have to write the business logic inside this. And then, as a step 2, whenever we are going to be implementing one interface inside a class, then what is the next step? We have to provide the implementation for all the interface methods. That means in that interface, that means here whenever I'm implementing the interface inside my class means what? That I am informing to that particular interface and informing to the topic programming language that I am taking care of the responsibility of providing the implementation for this interface method. In this interface, it may be having some methods are also available. Now in this case, I am taking care of providing the implementation for this interface methods. Okay. Now, so in this case, we have to provide the implementation for your interface methods. We have to provide implementation for the interface methods. So what is that method that we have? Handle inbound email. Inside this interface, we are having a method called as global. What is the return type? Inbound email. Handle inbound email. Here we are having the parameters. What are the parameters here? Messaging dot inbound email. I'm indicating some email here, and then we can specify the second parameter, messaging dot inbound envelope here. I'm indicating this. These are the two parameters. Here we have to write the. So as part of your business logic class, we have to provide, we have to prepare a class which will be implemented by using an interface standard inbound email handler interface. And then we have to provide the implementation for that method that is called as inbound, okay, the handle inbound email. Done? Understood up to now? Any confusions or any queries, questions? Feeling difficult? No? No difficulty, right? Nobody is responding. People, might be people are feeling hungry. See, simple concept is we have to prepare the business logic class by using the interface, inbound email handle interface. So prepare that a global class which you should be implementing by this interface, and then provide that methods, whatever we have. That is called as inbound handle inbound email, which is having the two parameters, both are internal classes, that is inbound email and the inbound envelope. In this inbound email class, you will be having the actual email information which has been sent by the sender person. In this inbound envelope class, it will be having only the from address and the to address of that sender person. That means who has sent that, to whom they would like to send. Both will be available. Sender email address and the receiver's email address, both will be available. And then to know his email and email notification has been processed successfully or not, we are using the help of a class called as messaging card inbound email result class. By using this one, we can able to track what about the email processing. Okay, is it successful or failed? We can able to track this information by using inbound email results. Okay, so these are the three classes are available separately. We should be aware of each and every method also. In this inbound envelope class, we are having the two methods from address and the two address two properties are available. These are not the methods; these are the properties basically. In this inbound email class, we are having the various properties from address, from name, to addresses, CC addresses, email subject, and then plain text body, HTML body, text attachments, binary attachments. These are the various methods are available, properties are available as part of inbound email class. In this, inside this inbound email result class, we are having only one property that is called as success. Okay, is it success or fail? We can indicate that based on that it is going to be giving the response. Okay. So now we have to prepare the class and we have to write the business logic by providing that method which has been given by the interface to you by default inside this. Okay, clear? So these are the various classes which we are going to be using as part of this email integration feature. Then how to implement this one we'll see in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session we'll take a use case, practical use case, and then how can we implement this functionality we'll see in tomorrow's session. Okay. Before coming to the tomorrow's session, we have to go through this information first. If anybody is not yet done the previous example, try to complete that one today. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see the practical part of this email integration.